What should we ask the tarot today? I have my Ask the Tarot Love and Abundance Edition Oracle deck that I designed myself. While this is no longer available in the physical product, there is a link in the bio to all of the decks that I've designed in their digital form. But in the meantime, what should we ask the tarot today? What happens if I leave this connection? So please listen to your own intuition as to whether this message is for you, as clearly this is not for my soul family who are in beautiful relationships already, okay? So, Spirit, for the viewer who needs this, what happens if they leave this connection, the connection that they're thinking of? What happens if they leave it? Okay, we're going to take the top 4 cards. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Empress, the Ace of Cups, the World card, and bottom of the deck, we have got Strength. We only have 5 cards on the table, but out of this, 3 of them are major arcana. The person with whom you have a connection, you may be at some kind of distance, whether this be a physical location distance or whether this be an emotional, spiritual, or mental distance. Now, the Two of Pentacles does not normally mean this, but I've always seen this within this particular deck. I see it as 2 hearts that beat as one, and I always hear the words 2 peas in a pod. In a traditional Two of Pentacles card, you will often see that there is the infinity figure 8 around them, suggesting that there is a soul connection, even if there is this distance at the moment. This is also suggesting to me that you may also have more than one person that has a very deep soul bond with you. So this is a card that is saying that you may be weighing up the options. And I definitely do believe that this is a strong bond here with this Strength card. Again, going back to a traditional looking card, it also has the infinity symbol on it, suggesting an eternal bond. In this particular deck, they have chosen the femur bone to represent the strength, and that is because the femur bone is the strongest bone in the human body and the bone least likely to break. What is also very interesting is that they have duplicated this bone in the Empress. So there is something about this bond that is incredibly strong, and you are mirroring one another. The cards are saying that this bond is infinite. However, there may be some cycles and patterns that need to change, and there could be some kind of closure to that with this World card. The World card speaks of a completion of a cycle in order for something new to begin. Underneath that Strength card was actually the Devil card. The combination of all of these cards are saying do not ignore the red flags or the patterns. More important than the other person's red flags or triggers are actually your own. What patterns do you keep repeating? Because it really feels like this particular relationship is showing you how to observe yourself and become the strongest, most beautiful version of yourself. Perhaps you are seeing traits such as abandonment wounds, avoidance, or not seeing yourself and putting yourself on the pedestal. These cycles may be repeated unless they are observed and then broken. And then with this wreath, as I said, this is talking about these cycles being broken in order for something new to be established. For you to take all of your experiences and all of your wisdom that you have learned and take this into a fresh new beginning where those cycles are no longer repeated. This is also talking about great vulnerability. I really love this card because you can see that the body has been opened like a cadaver, and we can see into their very guts, the inner workings. So for some of you, it could be talking about moving on closing out cycles and having this fresh new beginning yourself. And for others of you, it may be really observing the patterns and working together to close out certain patterns so that the both of you can have a new beginning together. Because there are a number of cards here that talk about the strength of this bond. However, if you're not on the same vibrational frequency, then this card is also telling you to protect yourself. We have the sweetgrass that makes this boundary, and sweetgrass is known for its protective powers. We have the Empress card, also known as Queen of the Earth. The energy that you create is one that people love to be in. It's very nurturing, it's very caring, and embodies all things love and home. This is who you are at your core. And I believe that this relationship is helping you to evolve into this beautiful version of yourself. We see the pepper vines, which are symbolic of rapid growth. You may very much feel that when this person came into your life, you went through a massive spiritual awakening, and that this person has affected you like no other. And that is one of the fundamental purposes of this soul contract, to assist one another in this soul growth. Then we have this Ace of Cups, which I really love. So the Ace of Cups has three main meanings when it comes to a love situation. Primarily, it talks about self-love. Then it talks about a new love. And thirdly, it can be talking about a renewal in love. With the type of connection that we're seeing here, I feel that the both of you feel like there is no one, we can see the number one here, no one that quite compares. This does speak about unconditional and overflowing love. To me, it is often seen as the holy grail of love. And for some of you, with the closing out of old cycles, this is exactly what it will become. For others, upon ending this relationship, this may give you the opportunity to move into new possibilities and new timelines. So much depends on you and this individual. The choices you make and the effort that is going to be put into self-healing. Really observing patterns and doing something about them. Because the last thing that you want is going to be repeating this cycle over and over for decades and decades. I am someone who is an incredibly slow learner, so learn from me. It wasn't until I looked at myself and realized that I was the common denominator in the types of relationships that I was drawing to me. And it was in that moment that I decided that I was going to change. And for me, that meant a long period of solitude in no relationships, about 7 years. And it was after I'd done all this work that I then met Stephen, who is absolutely my twin soul. And there are no complications. It is easy and it is beautiful. However, back to you. In conclusion about what happens if you leave this connection. This is a strong and an eternal bond. Whether it comes into physical union in this lifetime, it is very possible, and it is most definitely up to the both of you and working on yourselves. The key, though, is going to be self-love, self-concept, mindset, observation of your soul journey, and being in true alignment to yourself. As I said earlier, this is a collective reading, and therefore it is not meant to be for everybody, so please listen to your own intuition as to whether this reading is for you. Today and tomorrow only, I have a few openings for same-day readings or for Zoom calls. After that, I am going to be traveling up to Scotland and touring around some of the very spiritual areas up there, backpacking and hosteling with my youngest. I've also got some photo shoots planned for Some of the new products that I have got coming to the shop, they are not